Welcome to another one, right? So a lot happened last night. The final day of obviously of buying and selling of players, right? All over the world, I think there was a lot of movement yesterday, but there were not significant movements. You see, I think you know that most teams they don't really buy in the January transfer market. Because obviously there's a belief that the prices will be inflated and all those kind of things, but there was a movement in terms of one or two big players, like for instance, Manchester City bought Semenya. Semenyo was just an instant hit at City. I think he has already scored 3, 4 goals already. For Manchester City is doing very, very well. Then Liverpool went in and buy Jeremy Jacquet, but Jeremy will then will come to Liverpool in the summer. There was no movement at United. Chelsea, there was no movement per se. They just there was a lot of confusion at Chelsea, though, canceling and recalling and whatever of their loan players. But the most important thing that happened at Chelsea was that, look, um, we all know that there is a challenge at Chelsea. One of the biggest challenges they have is that, one, there is no gunman, there is no striker, there is no number 9, right? The wingers there, I think if I were to say the truth is that Chelsea has got only two wingers, which is Estavo and Pedro Neto, right? The other two are just there, but they are actually costing the team, Garnacho and Gittens. If I were Chelsea, would just accept that it's a loss that we did, and then we can sell them in the summer and try to bring new players. If you look at it, the money that we paid for Gittens, we could have just gone straight and buy Semenyo. He's too young. I think he's 23 or so we could have just bought Semenyo in the summer, and we could have done much, much better on that. But that said, it's a shame, right? On the wingers. Then you also go on the defense. The defense is in shambles, right? Um, we feel that when we say we're talking about Chelsea supporters, that look, um, probably there is only one defender there. Other five defenders must just leave the club and then have defenders that of that standard. So this is where the confusion started, Chelsea, because one thing that we have noticed is that we are finding it difficult to keep a clean sheet. So what has been happening of late is that the coach has been chopping and changing defenders. Today he plays Bedeshile with Chaloba. Tomorrow he plays Achempong and someone else and all those kind of things. But they then decided to bring back Mamadou Sarr. So Mamadou Sarr, for me, is very raw. I think he's done so well in France. He's done so well at the Africa Cup of Nations. We saw him playing very, very well, very cold defender and athletic as well. So let's see what happens, because he was called back yesterday, so he's now a Chelsea player. I understand he'll be wearing number 19. Then Anselmo, the Argentinian defender, was also recalled from Germany, and then went straight to replace Mamadou Sarr at Strasbourg. So the thinking here is that he needs to play more games. He needs to also to compete a lot, so that next year when he comes back, at least we'll have three stable defenders, and then we might have obviously the young Achimpong, who is the fourth one, so that he can always play here and there. He's 19. 20 next year, so we should be okay to help him. Hato is a number is a left back. So for me, I haven't seen him play as a central defender. So we'll see how he will then turn up in the summer for the following season. Now, let's talk about the drama, right? Yesterday, I spoke about Cristiano Ronaldo. I spoke about Benzema wanting to leave and all those kind of things. So yesterday, actually, Al Nassr was playing, and Ronaldo was actually not on the bench. So I just wanted to find out, right? How is Ronaldo still this powerful in the football world? Because now he went on strike. The reason being, but okay, let's go back a little bit. Okay, there is what they call PIF, right? Public Investment Fund. So that public investment fund controls all the teams within the Saudi league, right? They will give them money to buy players and to do everything and whatever, right? So because those teams are not owned by individuals, they're like owned by a group or a company, whatever it is. So what then happens is that a team will go there and say, no, they need to invest, they need to buy one, two, three, four players and so forth, and they're given the money to buy. But according to Ronaldo, Al Nassr is not getting the investment they want or the money they want. The money is being paid Al Hilal and other teams, which are now becoming stronger and stronger than Al Nassr. And we all know, the history that we have with Ronaldo. Ronaldo is a winner. Right, he wants to be the top goal scorer. He wants to win trophies. He wants to be the best player in the world. But for you or for Ronaldo to do that, he needs to play or to be surrounded by the best players in the world. Right. So it's very, very unfortunate that this is not happening. So he is considering now to say, look, we can't do that. Right. So he went on strike. He refused to play yesterday. But it seems as if the FPI management, FPF, PIF management have promised him to say, look, we will look into this, we will investigate what exactly is happening, and then, but I think he still wants more, right? He still wants clarity on what's going to happen. But my main question also is that, does Ronaldo have the power to talk about the running of the clubs, right? Or the running of that public investment fund, right? He's just a player. Can you imagine maybe Kukulera going to the board of Chelsea to say, I'm not playing today because you didn't bring Jeremy Jacquet, or you didn't bring such a player, so I don't want to play, and all those kind of things, right? Can you imagine even Rhys James, for that sake, being the captain to say, I'm not going to play because of this. So I don't think that will happen in England, or I don't think that will happen with whatever player playing in English football or all over the world, except probably Ronaldo and Messi. I don't know. But it's something to talk about. How powerful is Ronaldo? How powerful was Ronaldo? How powerful is Ronaldo now? Because it's crazy. It's crazy. I saw Mane just went in and play. I think he scored also last night and all those kind of things. So good luck to Ronaldo. I just hope that he is going to succeed. They're going to discuss, and because you know what, we still need Ronaldo to play. We still need him to play, even though he's 40 years old. Maybe probably. I always say that I still believe that Ronaldo and Messi, they still have this thing of saying, I don't want to retire first before Messi, or Messi doesn't want to retire first before Ronaldo. But I don't think that they are still at the level they want to be, or where the teams wants to them to be. But obviously, in terms of funds, in terms of buying merchandise, in terms of investment, whatever, they still bring in a lot of money. That's why these teams are still holding on to them. Now, this short story that I have is for staff. So it seems as if nobody was talking about this, right? The people, they just say he went to Brazil, personal reasons, and some people were talking about he went to see his pastor and whatever. But there's news that is coming in, whether it's true or not. I just thought I need to talk about it now. They say that Estafo's grandmother is critical ill. I'm not sure how far it is, how true is that. You know, they say that Estavo was very close to the grandmother, and he found it's very difficult for him to play after the news that he received that she's now in hospital in ICU in a critical position. So the management, Chelsea management, decided to let him go and see her. And also considering that he's still young at 18, 19, obviously it affects people differently, especially when you grew up with your grandmother and you are that close to your grandparents. So yeah, let's see what happens. I wish him well. I will just give him our prayers, and hopefully things will be better. So it's we have passed the middle of the year. There is no shirt sponsor, friend of shirt sponsor. I don't know what's happening to Chelsea. I don't know what exactly is happening. So it's something, maybe it's next year or whatever. I don't know. It's something that people just need to discuss and see what exactly is happening with this management. What is the problem with them? Yeah, so because at first we thought that in the 2 weeks in the league, or before the start of this current season, Chelsea is going to have a shirt sponsor. We're told that it's an Airways shirt sponsor. People thought that was a Dubai, whatever. Eventually, 6 months passed. Now we are in another half of the season. No one is talking about it. So it's something to look forward to. We'll see what happens. The last story that I wanted to talk about is that do you still remember Oxley? Chamberlain, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. He used to play for Arsenal. He used to play, then he left Arsenal, he went to Liverpool, and then he left, he went to other teams. He was a very versatile player. I think he used to play central midfield at one point. There's a left back, a right back, and all those kind of things. So he's training with Liverpool, right? Obviously, he played with um, the coach, the Arsenal coach, as well, Arteta, at a certain some point. But listen to this, right? The Scottish Giants, Celtics, they want him. They want to whether to buy him or to take him on loan or something. So there are some discussions that is happening. So it would be nice to see him. I don't know how old he is Arsenal Chamberlain, probably 33 or 35, somewhere there. So it would be nice to see him play at that level, because Scotland, even though you can't compare it with the British or the English leagues, whatever, but still is still at a high level. So let's see what happens with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Good luck to him, and good luck to everybody, all those players that have moved from their current teams to the new teams, and let's see what happens. I saw um, what is Crystal Palace? They bought quite about 4 or 5 players. They brought in about 4 or 5 players already, and it's unfortunate also that they sold their captain, and now they're trying to rebuild their team and all those kind of things. So we wish them well, and let's see what happens during the course of today and end of the week. Today Chelsea is playing Arsenal, so let's see. I just hope that Chelsea will be able to win that game. Chelsea needs to win trophies, so you have to beat the best for you to be the best. Have a good day. Bye bye.